Critique. I'm Tally, and though I may not be a professional film critic, I do love expressing my unsolicited opinions on horror films. That's right, I'm finally back. It's been a long break, but I am not going anywhere. And in fact, usually I like to drop these videos on Tuesdays, new release days at Blockbuster, of course. But today is a very special episode. Why?
Happy birthday to me!
Exactly! It's my birthday today. So what better film to do than Happy Birthday to Me?
Happy birthday to me!
Oh, thanks, Michelle. We already covered that.
Nuts.
This movie is nuts. It's got twists and turns, and man, that ending, that is some f***ed up shit. But let's just dive right in. This is a fun slasher movie from 1981, directed by J. Lee Thompson, and it's starring Melissa Sue Anderson and Glenn Ford, who Glenn Ford you might recognize as Pa Kent from the original Superman. The movie dives right in with a great opening sequence, a great kill in the beginning. You know right off the bat that this chick is gonna die, but there's some little like hijinks to get there, which I'm really curious. What is this old lady doing just throwing her leash around like this? Look at how tied up she is. This is like a rodeo or something.
Oh, Mrs. Patterson.
Once it gets to the kill though, I think this was probably one of the most realistic choking sequences I've seen in a movie maybe ever. It is not easy to choke someone, and in like every movie it's like, ah, you're dead. I mean, look at the car choking scene from the first Halloween movie. Really didn't take much to do Annie in. But this chick, I mean, she's fighting, she's struggling, and even when she gets knocked out, she's not dead yet and still comes back. Ooh, not for very long. This killer is interesting. You got kind of the giallo black glove thing going on. And I love throughout the movie, every time you see the next victim look up, they're like, oh hey, it's you.
Oh, it's you.
So we know right off the bat that this is someone that we already know in the movie, which definitely gives it a fun whodunit kind of vibe. And there's so many kids in this film. It's all about the top 10 at this private school or whatever, but it gives you a great pool to pull from. Like, which one of these kids is doing all the killings? Is it even one of the kids at all? The main character, Virginia, is not your typical Laurie Strode. Like, this chick has seen some shit. And you know from the very beginning that something is not quite right with her. But does that mean she's exactly killer status? Or maybe she's dealing with her own trauma while all this other bullshit is going on around her. I will say one thing though, Virginia could really use a toke in this movie and chill the hell out.
I thought we agreed.
No, we didn't agree. Etienne, I said I'll be fine.
You killed me!
Okay, I mean, you're here. Let's try to bring it here. So I think one of my favorite reoccurring things in horror movies in general is there's always like the crime scene, the investigation or whatever, and for some inexplicable reason, they allow someone who is entirely not qualified to handle this to be part of it.
Lieutenant, do you mind if I take a look at that?
Go right ahead, Doctor.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not let the psychiatrist handle the possible human skull that we just dug up from the ground? And I want to stop everything right here for just a second and point out what might be the greatest pickup line ever.
I make real good midnight snacks. You hungry?
Well, I mean, if you put it that way. Honestly, this movie had so many twists and turns. I can't lie, I definitely wasn't fully expecting the ending, which is awesome. I mean, usually these things are so cut and dry and easy to tell exactly where it's going. This movie is just messed up from the very beginning. I do think one of the coolest reveals though is what you think is the very last killer. The whole reveal I just thought was so cool and beautiful. This pan up that you've got of the shears that you saw her using earlier and now dripping in blood, and this look on her face. You knew from the beginning there was something weird going on with Virginia, but there were still so many ways that maybe she's not the killer, maybe it's in her head. And then when they finally got to this point in the movie, I thought it was such a satisfying payoff. Little did I know, we weren't even done yet. The ending of this movie is probably some of the most fucked up shit that you'll see in an 80s slasher film. I'm here watching this for my birthday, and the whole movie I'm kind of like, well, like, where's the birthday stuff? When are we gonna get to the birthday theme? Wow, does it follow through?
Happy birthday to me.
Though, to be fair, with self-isolation still in effect, that party looks a little more hoppin' than mine would. Yeah, Happy Birthday to me was such a fun ride from the beginning to the end. It had my attention. The characters, I don't want to say are likable necessarily because they're just so weird and out there, but they're captivating. Like, I had to keep watching to find out who was gonna do what next. Overall, I'm gonna give this one a 3. It had some fun kills, not necessarily gory, but some really interesting kills going on. It had so many twists and turns, and I liked the unique story. It wasn't necessarily the straightforward slasher story. It sets up that way, but then the payoff to me was just so satisfying at the end. So that's it for my special birthday episode. I am back, as you can see. I have another episode in the works that's actually from a special request from a friend. I got one word for you: shunting. So if you guys have any requests, feel free to drop them in the comments. You can find me on Instagram @thecreepteak, my website www.thecreepteak.com, and of course my YouTube channel. I would love for you guys to give a subscribe. Thanks for sticking around this long. Sorry about the break, but I am back and there will be more horror coming your way. Until next time.